I will destroy all that she produces. This is God speaking. That's right. This is God speaking. God said, I'm going to make those that are under the influence of that Jezebel spirit. I'm going to make them lie down in the bed that they made for themselves in the body of Christ. And when they lie down in that bed, I'm going to begin to do all the things that she came to call discord in. Every lie that she's ever told, every decision that she's ever tried to birth in the body, I'm going to lie her in the bed in the midst of what it is that I'm going to do for all those that she tried to tear down. Oh, y'all missing it, y'all missing it, y'all missing it, y'all missing it, y'all missing it. God said those that are under the influence of that Jezebel spirit, when you put your mouth on her, on the church, and you try to call discord in the church, and you try to tear your church down, and you try to allow that Jezebel spirit to run rampant in the church. Watch that. He said, I'm not going to lay you down at another church. He said, I'm going to lay you down right there in the church that you tried to destroy. Boy, I wish I had some help up in there. He said, I'm going to put you in a place where you want to leave, but you can't. I'm going to put you in a place where you want to walk out, but some just keep pulling you back in. I'm going to put you in a place where you can't leave. You want to leave, but you can't. Because God wants you to stay there and see. That everything you ever did, I know you have no moments. I don't know. And then all of a sudden now you seeing yourself in a place where everything that you thought was going to fall apart. All of a sudden now you see it rising. Everything you tried to achieve, everything that Jezebel spirit tried to achieve, all of a sudden now they're getting there and the intercessory team is praying. Every time they try to deceive something, all of a sudden now they see the children worshiping. And everything they tried to tear down, all of a sudden they see it go up. And God said, I'm going to make that Jezebel spirit lie down and see the church go higher and start everything that you did. He said, I'm not going to let you move, I'm going to make you lie there and watch it. I wish I had some help. Has anybody ever been laid in bed and you couldn't move? You couldn't wash your own face. You couldn't brush your own teeth. You couldn't grab the remote control and change the channel. You couldn't cut the light on. You couldn't cut the light on. You couldn't open the door. You couldn't close the door. You were just laid there in the bed. God said, that's what I'm getting ready to do to Jezebel spirit. I'm getting ready to make her just lay there. And everything I do, she can't do nothing but watch it. She don't want to be able to kick, but she ain't gonna be able to kick. She don't want to swing, but she ain't gonna be able to swing. Everything that she's trying to do, I'm gonna exalt it. Everything she tried to tear down, I'm gonna build it up. That's a bad place to be. Miserable but can't move. Aggravated but can't move. Agitated but can't move. He said, but if you change your ways, he said, I'll be right there for you. And everybody that touch and agree with that Jezebel spirit, he said, I'm going to make them suffer greatly. I'm going to make them stay right there and watch it. Wow. He said, watch this. He said, I will destroy all her children. And what that simply saying means not God that go around just killing babies. It means that everything that produces out of the Jezebel spirit, God said, I'm going to kill it. And I'm going to kill it in front of her. And she's going to be laying and she can't move. I'm going to kill it, everything she produced. And ain't nothing she's going to be able to do about it. I'm going to make her be still and watch it. What she thought would destroy is going to begin to be the very thing that pushes the church into her destiny. They want to move, but they can't. Watch this, verse 23. So that all, watch what God's going to do this. Listen. So that all will know that I just don't see works. But I also know the motive behind the works. Y'all get this. I'm going to do this to Jezebel, and I'm going to do it to all of her children. I'm going to do it to that Jezebel spirit so that all will know that I am the God that just don't see works. But I am the God that also knows the motive behind the work. Y'all missed that. I'm not just going to see what you do, but I'm the God that knows why you did it. Why wish I had some help up in here now? He's saying that God is letting us know that worship looks the same under the influence of Jezebel on the outside of the spirit of Jezebel. Praise looks the same under the influence of Jezebel and on the outside of the spirit of Jezebel. service look the same. On the inside of the spirit of Jezebel or on the outside of the spirit of Jezebel. You both doing the same thing. And you got pastor food. You got the deacon's food. You got the prophet food. You got the mother's food. You got everybody in the church food. But God said, I ain't your pastor. I'm not the prophet. Not only do I know what you do, I know the motive behind what you do. Watch this. You're going to have to be careful. Because everybody that gives you a shoulder to lean on, some folks give you a shoulder and they have an alternative motive. You got to know the motive behind a thing. And the Bible begins to let us know that God said, I'm a discerner, not just what you do. Why you do that? But God said, I know what motivated. I know the intent. I know why you did it. My God. Watch it. That Jezebel spirit produces an excessive love of oneself. Yeah. Watch it. They call it narcissism. It's a psychological condition characterized by self-preoccupation, lack of empathy, and watch this, and an inflated sense of importance. Those that are under the influence of the Jezebel spirit have an inflated sense of importance. Those that are under the Jezebel spirit has an inflated sense of importance. Those that are under the Jezebel influence has an inflated sense of importance. Those that are intoxicated by her spirit has an inflated sense of importance. Watch this. Those that are under it, they begin to think that if they don't do it, somebody said, preach, pastor, it won't get done. That influence, she dominates her man at home, and she gets him to believe at home that he ain't nothing without her. The spirit goes into the home and begin to belittle the man, begin to make the man think that if it was not for me by your side, you wouldn't have what you have. And the Jezebel spirit will enter into the wife, and she will always throw it back up in the husband's face. That if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have this. And if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have that. And you will never find nobody that can do it the way I do it. You have an inflated sense of importance. And you think that the only reason the man is blessed the way he's blessed is because of you. The only reason the man of God is anointed is because of you. The only reason the man of God lives where he lives is because of you. And you have an inflated sense of importance. Beloved, I tell the single women that chose the Generation Fellowship as well as the married, don't you have no inflated sense of importance about you being somebody's woman. Beloved, there is somebody out there that knows how to put salt in their pork chop. There's somebody out there that knows how to put meat in their neck bone just like you. There's somebody out there that knows how to clean the house. There's somebody out there that knows how to do it just like you know how to do it. So don't ever feel like if it don't get done. Somebody going home to you. Somebody going home to you. Beginning to have an inflated. It's okay to think good of yourself. It's okay to think good of yourself. But don't you think too highly of yourself. Then what a man ought to, you got to learn to humble yourself. And beloved, anytime a man comes into a home, he's a blessing to the wife, just like the wife is a blessing to the husband. Watch this. Then she comes into the church after she leaves home. And now, she comes into the church with the mentality. And if I don't do it, it won't get done. If it had not been for me, it wouldn't be this. And it wouldn't be that. Watch this, watch this. If it wasn't for me, it wouldn't be going down at Chosen Generation Fellowship the way it's going down. The only reason it's popping off over there is because I'm popping off over there. Watch this. The church can't go on without me. If it was not for me, the church wouldn't have this, and the church wouldn't have that. Watch this. That Jezebel spirit began to believe, beloved, that if she don't sing, the song ain't being sung. If she don't plan it, the program ain't going to go right. If they don't orchestrate it, watch this. You have to be careful about that Jezebel spirit. Because that Jezebel spirit don't want to have nothing to do with it unless she's running it. I'm preaching away, Pastor. Listen. That Jezebel spirit don't want to have nothing to do with it unless she is running it. You can get somebody with that Jezebel spirit that'll come to church every Sunday or every other Sunday, and they'll sit on the back row and won't do nothing. But if you give them a title, they'll show up and sit on the front row. Hey, listen, you have to understand they're doing it not because they love God, but they're doing it because they find it trying to get a title and a position. And the Jezebel spirit is in there. If I ain't running, it ain't got nothing to do with it. That's why I just go forth and fifth church, because you realize you couldn't run it over there, and you left them over there. And then you come over here and you discover you can't run it over here. And the Jezebel spirit, and she can't run it. That's why she's not in the choir, because she can't run it. That's why she ain't on the usher board, because she can't run it. That's why she won't join your committee, because she can't run it. But if you let her run it, she'll show up. Watch this. Watch this. When they're under the influence of the Jezebel spirit, watch this. They are under the influence of the Jezebel spirit. They are not Jezebel. No. Disclaimer. They are not Jezebel. Yeah. They're just under the influence of the Jezebel spirit. Just as so is that if I drink Parmesan, I would be under the influence of Parmesan. I would eat Parmesan. I'd just be under the influence of Parmesan. Just like if I was going to smoke some weed, I wouldn't become weed. I'd just be under the influence of the weed. So when it comes about being under the influence of the Jezebel spirit, you have to understand those that are under the influence of the Jezebel spirit, if you make her angry,
come on, Pat.
If she can't get her way, she'll start coming. If you make her angry, she'll switch churches up on you. If you make her angry because she have an inflated sense of importance, she'll start tithing. She'll start giving. And she'll say, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop that and watch and see what happens. I'm going to stop singing in that choir. This is my last Sunday singing up in this choir. Now we're going to see what's going to happen. This is my last Sunday ushering. Now I'm going to go see what's going to happen. Watch this. If I can't get my way, if they piss me off, if they make me mad, I'll grab me and my family and all of us will walk up out of here. You have a false sense of importance because you got to understand that God said this. He said, upon this rock, I'm going to build my church. And the gates of hell shall not be able to prevail against it. But the Jezebel spirit will give you an inflated sense of importance. Begin to make you think that if you don't do it, there ain't nobody else that can do it. Oh, but can I just send this notice through here today? Beloved, that in which you don't want to do, somebody is standing by waiting. And they wait for that Jezebel spirit to take you out of your place. Because as soon as that Jezebel spirit takes you out of your place, they gonna step right on the inside. You have to understand God got somebody that can do it. Just turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, one monkey don't stop no show in the kingdom of God. Listen. You can't stop God from doing what God's gonna do. If you take your 10%, God's still good. If you take your gifts, God's still good. If you take your talents, God's still good. God is still God. If you stop doing it, God got somebody ready to do it anyway.
Preach it, Pastor.
Don't do it. God got somebody in prison right now getting ready to get a release date. You can trip if you want to. God got somebody ready to do what you don't want to do. Don't sing if you don't sing. God got somebody. God got somebody about to smoke their last rock. God got somebody about to take their last hit. And when they take this hit, they're going to throw it down and put their foot on that thing and say, I'm going to make my way to the house of God. And if you sitting on something you don't want to do it, somebody going to come to the altar and do it. Don't preach because you mad. Don't preach because you upset. Don't preach because you feel like you missed a turn. God got a wine on to sit under the bridge. Get ready to go down and wine from and make his way to the house of God and preach the flame off the way. You have to know that you can't have it in plain sense of yourself. What you want to do, God got somebody going to do it. Matter of fact, they ain't even got to be out there on the streets. They can be sitting right up here next to you. Waiting on you to slip up. Waiting on you to get crazy and walk out your place. There's somebody here waiting. Because you let Jezebel cause you to trip. And they're making you think you